Brooklyn Independent Television.
We're here at the home of the defending PSAL champs, Fort Hamilton High School. Joining me is Elio Velez, and we are talking high school football, wrapping up the regular season, also here to discuss the playoffs. Elio, on the Catholic side, in terms here in Brooklyn, Xaverian High School has really turned their program around.
Great job by Joe DeSiena at Xaverian. It's a team that's struggled the last few years.
They lost a tough game also to St. Anthony's.
Well, you know what? This year the Catholics has St. Anthony's, who's the top 9 out of 10 times they've won the championship in the Catholic League. They've come back to earth down a little bit, and Xaverian has done a really good job all year, and they barely lost at Kings Bay by only a few points in the regular season. They lost in the last few minutes. So they were there in that game against St. Anthony's, and they can compete with the rest of the city. They're a very quick, very speedy team. Zach Carney at quarterback has been fantastic. He can throw the ball and run the ball. And one of the best running backs in this city is Larray Smith. You know, you just give him the football and he's going to pound it for you.
And he's only a junior. He'll be back next year.
Absolutely. And then that's what gives him a lot of hope, because this year, unlike other years, St. Anthony's has been the best, and usually every other team has just got to hope on a great day, perfect day, they can win. But St. Anthony's has fallen back to the pack a little bit. So it's giving teams like Xaverian, also other teams in the division like Iona Prep, who's Stepanak and Chaminade, who's also played with them tight and down to the wire, hope that they can win a championship. And Xaverian, this is the farthest I believe they've gotten in the AAA since they went up from the AA to the AAA a few years ago. So this is a chance for them to get to the championship game.
When you look across the borough, especially at some of the other teams, Bishop Ford.
Bishop Ford will be playing for the championship in the A division. They're in the AA, but it's a tough league. But they'll have a chance to win an A championship. Joe Esposito will have a chance to coach and get them a championship this weekend at Micheal Field.
Let's talk about playoffs, especially as we go deep into the playoffs. By the time the show airs, we will be in the first round. But as we proceed, let's go down. Lincoln, John Adams. We don't even talk about Lincoln. Right, cool. We've got Tottenville and Brooklyn Tech. You see Tottenville going far?
I see Tottenville going far.
Okay.
I see the top seeds traveling far.
You see Canarsie and Jefferson going?
It's a tough game. Jefferson could actually win that game, as I said before. You don't know which team's going to show up, but I think Canarsie will have enough to win.
Will the Tigers, and when you look at the Tigers of Fort Hamilton, Sheepshead Bay, will the Sharks eat them alive?
I think the Tigers have enough talent to get to. Also, they have a playoff experience, which you can't discount. They'll have enough to get further into the playoffs.
E. Hall and the Bronx, they're playing JFK.
JFK, they're back after a few years, but Erasmus has the talent.
Now, speaking of especially the Bronx real quick, now Deanwood Clinton's program will also suffer because they are going to close, and I believe they're going to go through the same problems that maybe Canarsie face.
Well, eventually they will, but at this point they're not, so they're still in it, school-wise.
Boys and girls?
I think they can get past. I think they can get to the next few rounds. As this year is Brooklyn. It's always Brooklyn and Staten Island. So a lot of those teams are going to face each other.
I believe it's going to be an all-Brooklyn.
I think it could be an all-Brooklyn final. I think Lincoln's definitely going to get there. And it's who else?
Clinton and Port Richmond.
I could see Clinton winning that game. Port Richmond will be in there, but Clinton will find a way to win.
Campus Magnet now and Curtis. Campus Magnet defeated Curtis last year.
Right. I like Campus.
In the second round.
I like Campus, but Campus struggled, in big games.
And Campus does not have that huge offensive line it had last year.
Not like it has.
They had one of the biggest offensive lines, I believe, in the city last year.
Yeah, it's true. They don't have that, but they're still a pretty good team. But as we said, we're going to see in the playoffs. We could see an all-Brooklyn final. We could see Erasmus Hall there. We could see Canarsie or see a Tottenville-Lincoln matchup at Yankee Stadium.
And that's December 6th, Tuesday. Right now, in terms of the bowl, Madison, where do you see Madison?
Madison will have that first round bye, which is good, and they'll face off against, it could be Grady. It could be Tilden.
So this could be an all-Brooklyn too.
Oh, you definitely might have a Brooklyn team in the final, and you have possibly all two teams in the Brooklyn final. That would be great. And the Cup, South Shore might get there too. And don't discount Lane. They're right in the Brooklyn-Queens border. They're in 4th place. They have one chance this week to get it. You can see them too.
Player of the year.
Player of the year, Kareem Folks is definitely in the argument.
Would you say Wayne Morgan?
Wayne Morgan's definitely in the argument. I think it's who wins the championship wins the player of the year. And if both teams are in the finals, wow, that's a great showcase here in the stadium.
Coach of the year?
Coach of the Year, wow, Mike Cameronese. Sean O'Connor's done a great job with losing Ishak Williams and getting that to the final. If Danny Lambert can get a great run of Rasmus, maybe he might get it.
So
but Brooklyn has gotten the Coach of the Year candidate.
Lincoln High School will finally get a reputation as far as not just being a basketball.
They'll win. They can win their first championships in 1993, and that would be great.
Thanks, Elio.
Hey, thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's
we
been
didn't get to arguments today, huh?
No, not yet, no. We will soon.
Okay. We are out of time here, folks. Thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you again sometime in the future.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at breakartsmedia.org/BIT.